So after the Packers minicamp practice ended, Rodgers sat down with some media members for about 10 or 20 minutes and discussed lots of different things. But one thing in particular I want to talk about here, which I think is honestly pretty important news. So here we have from Rob Domofsky on Twitter. He says this: Aaron Rodgers said he's not sure how many more years he will play. He's taking it year by year. But when asked if he will finish his career with the Packers, he said definitely. So it looks like Rodgers' plan is to retire with the Packers. And if we look at the past couple seasons, I feel like at least the past two off seasons, there were questions as to, whether or not Rodgers would stay in Green Bay, whether he would retire, or whether he would decide to go to some other team. I think, a team like the Broncos was definitely not off limits. That was, I think, a possibility. And it seemed like there was the potential that he could get traded somewhere else if that's really what he wanted to do. So now to hear this, it is exciting news. I think with him signing his 3-year, $150 million deal, it sort of looked like, okay, this probably means he'll finish his time, with Green Bay, considering he did sign that deal. But now to hear him say it officially, it's just great to hear come out of Rodgers' mouth that he is definitely going to retire a Packer. He also did add after, from another tweet I saw, he said unless he's traded, which he smiled and laughed a little, so I think he was joking about that. But he is taking it year by year, which means, there's a possibility that after this season, Rodgers decides to retire. It's definitely not off the table. With his contract, it's sort of set up in a year-to-year way, so he could decide after this season to leave. So with that being the case, with him not exactly sure how long he's going to stay here, I do think it's good to keep Jordan Love on this roster. Just when you look at his time here in Green Bay, the way he's developing and growing, and his time, under Aaron Rodgers, and with the chance that Rodgers could leave after this year, why not keep Jordan Love on this roster in case Rodgers does decide after this season to retire? Maybe he decides to stay 2 or 3 years. It seems like he doesn't even know exactly what his plan is, and he'll probably have to, wait and see after the season, sort of how things go, sort of figure things out, just as he did this past, year or so. But it really seems like from now on, when the season does end, Rodgers is going to be deciding between returning to Green Bay or retiring. It doesn't seem like, going to play in another place is really something Rodgers is, contemplating anymore. He's going to retire a Packer, which is great news as a Packers fan, because, anytime, a player leaves, it's a little unfortunate, especially a player who's been here a long time. We've seen guys like Tom Brady do it, Peyton Manning, Brett Favre. And, they did find some success, in the new places they went to. But I feel like to be able to have Rodgers just in the Packers, I feel like it makes his career just that much better to have him, finish all things where they started, however long ago that was, 18-ish years now since he's been in Green Bay. So just wanted to cover that news because I do feel like it's pretty important. I put it first out on my Instagram. If you guys haven't followed, I'm starting to put stuff out there at Real Sideline Scoop. Search that and you should find it. I'll also leave it linked in the description down below. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you guys want to see more Packers content, and I'll see you guys next time.